privileged to raise a child to know you have to do it on your own.
Mm.
And the realities is that we can't do it all on our own. We can't be the mom, the dad, the employee, the entrepreneur, the best friend, the wife, the daughter, like you can't be everything and be at your best all the time. And so what I really want to help is that I want to bring that sense of community back to parents and have them understand that it's okay to ask for support. For some reason, again, with that societal change, is that if you ask for help, you're less than, or you're not good enough,
Mm.
or something's broken inside of you. And I really want to destigmatize that need for support and help parents understand that it's okay, that that saying that's so coined right now, that it's okay to not be okay and to ask for help.
Yeah,
That doesn't mean that you're any less of a parent or person or any less amazing at what you do. It just means that you need some support, and that's
support.
totally fine.
Yeah. You have these three pillars that really stood out for me. And it was
Hmm.
about control, balance, and patience. So maybe we can tap into that a little bit and talk about control. How does a parent create, control or gain control in their
Hmm.
lives when they're in this space of overwhelm and things seem and their mental and physical health are being, you know, affected by this
Yeah.
overwhelm of parenting?
Well, my response might be a little controversial in the sense of, um, I think our sense of control is actually what's hurting us the most, and our want for control. I think the realities of parenting now is that we are in a state of fight or flight all the time in regards to gaining control of our lives. And the reality is that just because we're a parent and just because they are our children doesn't mean we get to control them. There's a huge misconception with kids that we are their controllers, and controlling children is a farce, and it's never going to happen. And if you try to continue to control the kids, especially, you're going to create a very dysfunctional relationship with your kids. And so while control is something that we crave, I really try to encourage people to release that control in some ways. Now, I'm not saying just let them run around and be crazy. No, 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 that's not it at
Yeah, no.
all. But to a
Please
certain
don't.
extent, yeah, to a certain extent, you do have to release the control. I also feel as though a lot of parents are trying to control themselves so much that they're stifled
Mm.
and they really have no joy. Like, I feel like control and joy are the opposites of one another. You can't really
Mhm.
have joy if you have so much control in your life. So we really do need to let go of that control and just be like, have fun, find the joy in your life, be silly, let your house get messy. Who cares? You don't need to control the state of everything all the time. And it is really just about letting go. A lot of what I talk about with my parents is expectations. There's a ton of expectations that we put on ourselves, and
Mm.
they're not being maintained or expected from anyone else except ourselves. And so in order for us to really find our bliss and find our joy and find our happiness or peace or whatever word you want to attach to how you want what you want your life to be like, it's around removing those expectations of yourself, of your family, of your partner, of your work, everything. It's just understanding people are at the spots they're in because that's where they are. They're doing their very best, and just do what you can and be at your best in that moment.
And so the next pillar there is balance, and I think that works
Mm,
really well because how do you create balance if you're letting go of control?
right?
It's kind of,
And
yeah, it kind of works against each other, right?
right. So again, balance. Maybe another controversial shift in perspective, but I actually think balance is a bit of a farce. It's a lot of what we are searching for, but balance implies equality, and not everything in our life is equal. Not everything in
Mm.
our life has the same equality in the sense of how it speaks to our core values, how it speaks to our soul, how it speaks to the cohesive collaboration that is a family. And so balance is actually not achievable. What I really strive to help people with is harmony, putting the right amount of time and energy into the things that are important to them, putting the right amount of time and energy into the things that speak to their soul, that speak to their core values, that speak to the harmony of the family unit. But first, it's about understanding what those things are. A lot of people attach themselves to core values that are kind of as the society core values, when really they need to look inward to figure out their own core values, what's truly important to them,
Hmm.
and spend more time and energy on those
And
things.
your third pillar there is patience. I think patience on every level, patience with yourself,
Yep.
and you talk about self care and patience. So, how do we become more patient through self care then?
Yeah. So if you think about patience and the lack of patience on a subconscious level, it is your subconscious mind basically screaming, "What about me?"
Mm,
Anytime you're in a space where you're losing your patience, it's because your subconscious mind is losing itself in what is happening around you. And a lot of, from a parent's perspective, a lot of the times we are spending time taking care of other people. And sometimes it's to our fault how much we're actually caregiving. We actually don't need to caregive as much as we are, but we feel like that's the validation that we're looking for as a parent. To be a good parent is that we're just like over caregiving. And so when we're lacking patience, it's because from a soul level, from an internal subconscious level, there's nothing feeding your soul. There's nothing feeding your energy, and you don't have anything left to give. So that's when your patience is just gone. And so self-care is the best defense if you have no patience, because it allows you to refocus into your inner self. It allows you to refocus into your soul. It allows you to fill up your energy. It recharges your energy so you have the tools that when something happens that would normally trigger you to be impatient, you have the strength to sit back and say, how do I want to react right now? Who is the person
mm.
I want to be in this moment? And without that care, without that love, it you just don't have it within you. Gave yourself patience and gave yourself care and gave yourself love.